I came here to do two things and two things only. Purge heretics and steal property. And I already stole your property, so let's do this. Face your heresy!
For the Emperor!
Welcome to the grim darkness of the future, where fun isn't allowed, happiness is banned, peace doesn't exist, and there's only war.
Abandon reason! No, only war!
In this war, it's us versus them. Us being the Imperium of Man, led by the almighty Emperor himself.
There is no shelter for those who oppose the Imperium of Man.
And them being anybody that isn't us. For the sake of simplicity, we'll just call them Xenos.
Xenos.
And what's the only thing defending us from them, you might ask?
Space Marines!
Get off my ship, Space Marine! Space Marine! Space Marine!
Genetically modified, just like the vegetables at the grocery store, only instead of staying ripe for long periods of time, they're crafted by the Emperor to purge heretics.
Die!
We're talking 2 hearts, we're talking 3 lungs, we're talking night vision, we're talking 8 foot tall, 800-pound monsters that look like Hulk Hogan ate Boogie 2988 and covered himself in a steel suit of armor the size of a Range Rover.
We are the bringers of death!
Think of them as religion-fueled death machines hell-bent on exterminating any race that isn't human, while also not being racist.
Racist? Space Marines aren't racist. We love all races. As long as they don't have green skin.
Eat bolt gun!
Or, belong to a different religion. I don't know why anyone would call us racist. I'm a black priest for Emperor's sake.
Even gods may die!
We don't hate any races, except orcs, and Eldar, and Dark Eldar, and Necrons, and Tau, because nobody likes dumbass weeaboo space communists, but at least they aren't trying to eat us like the Tyranids.
Glossing over all that lore that you don't need to understand. One such chapter of Space Marines are the Ultramarines, or if we're being honest, Ultra Smurfs, that are charged with exterminating the orcs on one of your manufacturing planets that are stealing your shit.
Clever of the damned orcs.
How important is this shit that they're stealing, you might ask?
Strategic value absolute.
So I'm guessing that's pretty important then?
Strategic value absolute.
That doesn't make things any clearer for the audience.
Strategic value absolute.
You occupy the role of Captain Titus, a soft-spoken junior officer voiced by the legendary Mark Strong that's joined by an OG sergeant and a turbo-nerd subordinate named Leandros that constantly hounds you about not following a dipshit rulebook called a codex.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Shut the fuck up, Leandros. For the Emperor!
To be perfectly clear, I beat the entire game once in its default state and had so much of a blast, I beat it again immediately afterwards, only with mods out the ass. So instead of playing as a calm and collected Crypt Marine, I played as a Blood Marine, which, if I'm being honest, was a slightly different experience.
Die, scum! No prisoners! For the Emperor!